What if everything you've been running from is exactly what you need? What if the thing that scares you most, the discomfort, the struggle, the pain, is not your enemy? What if it's the only thing standing between who you are right now and who you're actually capable of becoming? Most people spend their entire lives chasing ease, chasing comfort, waiting for the perfect conditions to finally show up and make everything feel manageable. And they wonder why nothing changes. Here's the truth they never accept. Pain is not the obstacle. It's the path. Think about what happens when you push your body past its limit. It breaks down, it struggles, it hurts, and then it rebuilds stronger than before. That's not a metaphor. That's biology. That's neuroscience. When you expose yourself to controlled stress, when you push into discomfort with purpose, your brain physically rewires itself. New neural pathways form. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for discipline, decision-making, and self-control, actually strengthens. But here's the part nobody tells you, that rewiring only happens when you lean in. When you stay, when you refuse to flinch, the moment you avoid it, the moment you negotiate with your suffering, your brain never adapts. You never grow. You just get better at running. Here's the lie that's keeping millions of people stuck. Pain means something is wrong. When things get hard, when your body screams, when your mind floods with doubt, most people interpret that as a warning signal, a sign to stop, a sign that they're failing. It's the opposite. Pain is a guide. It's showing you exactly where the edge of your current ability is. It's pointing directly at the place where your growth begins. Every time you avoid it, you shrink. Every time you confront it, you expand. David Goggins understood this before most people even considered it. He didn't get strong by waiting for comfortable moments. He got strong by intentionally walking into every situation that made him uncomfortable, physically, mentally, emotionally, and refusing to walk back out until he pushed through it. That's not talent. That's a decision. One you can make too. But here's where it gets deeper. Because the most dangerous pain isn't physical. It's the voice in your head. The quiet whisper that says you've done enough. The internal monologue that makes quitting sound reasonable, even smart. The thoughts that show up at 2 a.m. telling you your goals are too big, your progress is too slow, and maybe you should just accept where you are. That is the real battlefield. Your brain is wired for survival, not for greatness. Evolution designed you to conserve energy, avoid risk, and stay safe. Which means every time you pursue real growth, you are going against your own biology. This is the tension that defines everything. The gap between the person you are and the person you could become, that gap is filled with discomfort your brain will fight to protect you from. The question is whether you let it. Most people never connect these two things. The life they have and the pain they avoided. They don't see the link. They just feel vaguely stuck, vaguely unfulfilled. Like something is missing, but they can't name what it is. Here's what it is. Every time you chose comfort over confrontation, you paid a price. Not immediately, not in the way you could feel in that moment, but the bill was added to the total. The hard conversation you kept putting off became a relationship that slowly fell apart. The discomfort of discipline you kept avoiding became the pain of regret you now carry everywhere. The growth you refused to chase became the gap between who you are and who you know you could have been. Avoidance feels like relief. But it is the most expensive habit a person can have because the pain you run from doesn't disappear. It waits, it compounds, and it shows up later in a form you have far less control over, as regret, as stagnation, as a quiet ache of a life half lived. The pain you choose, the hard workout, the difficult conversation, the goal that demands everything, that pain has an expiration date. You push through it and it's done. It made you stronger. It served its purpose. But the pain of avoidance, that one follows you forever. So how do you actually do this? How do you rewire your response to pain? Not with motivation, with a system. Step 1, awareness. Catch the exact moment your brain starts negotiating. The second your mind whispers it's okay to stop, that's your signal. Not to stop, to notice. Because awareness is where your power begins. Step 2, confrontation. Don't argue with the feeling. Ask it one sharp question. Is this discomfort actually dangerous? Or is my brain just trying to protect me from growth? 9 times out of 10, you already know the answer. The pain isn't killing you, it's teaching you. And the moment you see that clearly, it loses its power over you. Step 3, immediate action. Don't wait, don't think, don't give the resistance time to build a better argument. Move, even something small, even one step forward, because action is the only thing that interrupts the pattern. The longer you hesitate, the stronger the resistance gets. But the moment you move, you send your brain a new signal. We don't stop here anymore. Here's what most people never get to experience. because they quit before they reach it. Pain compounds in your favor. Discomfort you endure today makes tomorrow's challenge feel smaller. Every rep of pushing through resistance hardens your resolve. Every act of courage, no matter how small, builds a neural pathway that makes the next act of courage easier. You are literally rebuilding your brain every time you choose to stay instead of run. And eventually, something remarkable happens. Pain stops feeling like a threat. It starts feeling like information, a signal you've learned to read, a teacher you've learned to respect. You stop dreading the hard days. You start seeking them because you understand that every hard day is an investment in a version of yourself that most people will never reach because most people never paid the price. People look at mentally tough individuals and think they were built differently. They weren't. They just stopped waiting for the pain to feel fair before they engage with it. Here's the truth about strength that no one wants to hear. It doesn't come from the easy days. It doesn't come from the days you feel unstoppable, locked in, running on momentum. Those days feel good, but they don't build anything real. Strength is built in the moments you almost didn't show up. The days you were exhausted and showed up anyway. The moments you felt completely empty and still pushed. The sessions where every instinct told you to quit and you stayed one more minute, one more rep, one more step. Those moments are the ones that count. Not because of what you accomplished physically, because of what you fed to yourself mentally. And that proof accumulates, quietly and visibly. Over time, it stacks into an identity. A belief so deep it stops being a belief and becomes a fact. I don't break under pressure. I don't fold when it gets hard. I keep going. That's not something anyone can give you. It's not something you read and absorb. It's something you earn. One painful, uncomfortable, chosen moment at a time. David Goggins isn't admired because he's superhuman. He's admired because he made a choice that most people refuse to make. He decided that suffering was not something to escape. It was something to use. He turned every moment of pain into data, every failure into fuel, every moment of weakness into a reason to push harder. And over years of that decision, repeated daily in the moments when no one was watching and nothing felt rewarding, he became someone who genuinely could not be broken by ordinary challenges. Not because life got easier, because he got stronger. That path is open to you right now, today. But it requires one thing you can't fake, can't shortcut, and can't borrow from anyone else. You have to step into the fire willingly. Stop waiting for an easy day. It's not coming. Life doesn't remove the obstacles, it piles them higher. The world doesn't reward the most talented or the most gifted. It rewards the ones who endure, the ones who show up when it's hard, the ones who push when everything says stop, the ones who've learned through experience, through repetition, through choosing pain over comfort again and again, that their limits are not fixed. They are expandable and they are under your control. So here's your moment. Not tomorrow, not when things calm down, not when you feel ready. Right now, step into the discomfort that's been waiting for you. Face the resistance you've been avoiding. Use the pain that's been trying to teach you something you haven't been willing to learn. Because on the other side of that pain is the person you've been trying to become. And they've been waiting long enough. If this fired you up, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on notifications. New content every week built to push you to the next level.